Elaine, I'm ready for you to give me a call. So you can start calling, doing that last one at GOTD. Sorry. Pursuant to Section 841411 of Nebraska statutes, the notice of this meeting was given on October 16, 2020. The meeting will convene at 6:30 p.m. Actually, it is 6:30 p.m., so I apologize. Read down. Pursuant to Section 1411 of Nebraska statutes, the next regular meeting of the Board of Education of Douglas County School District 0001 and the Board of Educational Service Unit number 19 will be held on Monday, November 2nd, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. in the board meeting room of the Teacher Administrative Center, 3215 Cummings Street. The agenda will be kept current and available for public inspection in the Secretary of the Board of Education's office at the Administrative Building during regular working hours. Pursuant to Section 1412 of the Nebraska statutes, the public is hereby informed that a current copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is posted in the board meeting room on the north wall. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Vice President, Dr. Holman, will lead us in the OPS vision and mission statement.
Our vision, every student, every day, prepare for success, and our mission, Omaha Public Schools prepares all students to excel in college, career, and life.
Thank you, Dr. Holman. And we'll move things around a little bit, and we'll start with School Spotlight. Mr. Jeremy Maskell.
Well, good evening, President Snow, Vice President Dr. Holman, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Logan. For tonight's OPS Proud Spotlight, we recognize South High freshman Justin Hernandez for winning the Congressional Art Competition, highlighting visual art students from across our district. Mr. Hernandez received special recognition for his painting titled Nathan. Mr. Hernandez was one of 6 selected. The Art Teachers Association facilitates the competition, and Mr. Hernandez was supported by South High art teacher, Ms. Julia Mason. Here is a video presentation of the recognition.
I encourage students to submit their artwork, and Justin was one of them. He was a star student in our Art 1-2 class, and I thought that he followed directions well and had a lot of talent.
I just felt like really good and like proud of myself because I felt like I did work hard on that on the painting, and it did make me feel pretty happy when I saw the award and everything.
You can point to multiple studies that show that kids who are active in the arts programs, their cognitive abilities are heightened. They develop a sense of teamwork. They're more creative. They develop more leadership because they're given opportunities to be leaders, just like Justin did last year as a freshman artist, you know.
Justin is a great student because he always tried and wasn't afraid to make mistakes.
Justin is a kid who not only excels in art, but he excels in his academics as well. And often those things go hand in hand. The kids who are involved in the arts are often the kids who are the leaders in many other areas of your high school program.
And our congratulations to Mr. Hernandez from South High School.
Thank you, Mr. Maskell. Mr. Ray, when you're ready, roll call, please.
1 second, please. Cassidy. Godding.
Present.
Hallman.
Present.
Cracky.
Here.
Perlman. Ryan.
Present.
Smith.
Here.
Snipe.
Present.
Snow.
Here.
7 present.
Thank you. Ms. Cassidy has a sick child tonight and will not be at tonight's meeting. I will entertain a motion to excuse Ms. Cassidy from tonight's board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Snipes, second by Ms. Ryan. Roll call, please.
Godding.
Aye.
Holman.
Aye.
Cracky.
Aye.
Ryan.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Snipe.
Aye.
Snow.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to the consent agenda, and just for the public as well as the board, if you have the hard copies, I-13 has been pulled and moved to action item. I would entertain a motion. We do have public comment, actually. We have one public comment. It is Ms. Walter Sue Dodd. Let me read you your script. You have 5 minutes to speak. Please state your name and spell your name and state your address before you begin your public comment.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Walter Sue Dodd, WalterSueDodd. I live at 3233 Madison Street in Omaha. I am the president of the OEA Retired Group. In 2016, the Nebraska legislature gave the members of the Omaha School Employees Retirement System the right to manage and elect 4 member trustees, 2 certification staff trustees, 1 classified staff trustee, and 1 retired trustee. The rest of the board consisted of 2 community business people with expertise in retirement systems, which applied for the positions, and the OPS superintendent. The members, trustees, are elected to 4-year terms by the members that they represent. OSERS handles the election process for the member trustees, and the first round of election ended this year, 2020. The OSER's Board of Trustees can contract for independent legal counsel and control the OSER's staff. Having the ability to contract for independent legal counsel has avoided the appearance of any conflict of interest by using the OPS school district attorney, and will allow OSERs to get specific legal expertise that an in-house attorney may not have. It is a good governance practice to have the employees of the retirement system to hire and evaluate staff that pays their salaries. Likewise, the salaries and fringe benefits for all OSERS staff are paid from the OSERS Trust Fund. OSERS pays its own way by renting office space, reimbursing OPS for all expenses, which includes OPS staff time. OPS is not saving money by turning management of OSERS over to IMPERS. OSERS management expenses are paid by OSERS members. In fact, OPS is spending taxpayer money to get rid of OSER's management team, when they could be using the money to take care of the unfunded liability obligation owed to the Omaha School Retirement System. Now the OPS School Board of Education wants to end the management of OSERS from members to the Nebraska Public Employees Retirement System, IMPERS, where the governor will appoint one person to represent OSERS members. Why? Because Omaha Public School Board of Education wants to get out of the retirement business. But by Nebraska statutes, OPS cannot circumvent their fiduciary responsibility to OSERS. The Nebraska Retirement System Committee states it will not assume OPS's financial responsibilities, such as the annual required contribution, which is the ARC, to the pension plan and unfunded liability obligations. The only thing it does is to deny the members of OSERS the right to elect their own representative on the OSERS Board of Trustees to manage the retirement system, and gives that right to the Nebraska governor to elect one OSERS member. In addition, it gives other retirement systems a voice in determining OPS's future funding of OSERS and how much the taxpayers of Omaha will pay in taxes. Is this what you are willing to do to the members of OSERS? Deny their right to vote for their representative and manage their retirement system? Is this what you will be willing to do to future school board members with the ARC payment and the unfunded liability obligation? Is this what you are willing to do to the taxpayers of Omaha? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. So we're jumping around here a little bit on this agenda. I'll jump back up to Superintendent and Board Communications, starting off with Dr. Logan.
Good evening, Board of Education members, President Snow, Vice President Holman, those here in attendance and those watching the stream. This morning, we entered phase 4 of our return to in-person learning, welcoming back high school students who have opted to return to the physical classroom. For the record, we are at 26% of high school students who have opted to remain remote and 74% who are returning to the physical classroom. Last week, our high school teachers received designated professional learning days to prepare for our students' first day back. We are thankful for the hard work of our staff, the resilience of our students, and the support of our families as we proceed with our return to in-person learning. The enthusiasm, care, and compassion of our staff is evident throughout the Omaha Public Schools. However, I would be remiss if I did not mention that the county, Douglas County, is now in a red status, and that the positivity rate is over 14% here in our community. Ahead of our students' return to the classroom, we've continued to provide our employees with COVID-19 tests. Having an understanding of the COVID-19 positivity rates inside our schools best positions us to make decisions swiftly should the need arise to temporarily close a school or multiple schools or programs or classrooms to prevent widespread virus transmission. We know that there will be a need for continued emotional well-being supports for our students as they reacclimate themselves to in-person learning. Through our counseling services, we are prepared to provide support to students and staff where needed. As we shared in weeks leading up to in-person learning and the return to all students in the classroom, we continue to use our Family 3-2 instructional model for most of our students at this time. It is the responsible thing to do. On days when students learn at home in our Family 3-2 instructional model, elementary students will attend a morning meeting and later access on-demand lessons in English, language arts, and math. Secondary students will virtually attend their regular day of classes. As we proceed with our phased return, we encourage everyone to remain vigilant in daily life at school, work, and home. Indeed, what people are doing in their community is impacting our ability to open. It's impacting our ability for parents and students to have confidence in whether or not we should be open. In the months leading up to today, the day we have officially welcomed back all students at all grade levels, we've stressed that a successful return in person requires a community-wide effort. We must remain vigilant throughout the fall and into the winter, continuing to take necessary precautions to limit spread. We want to allow our students to continue to learn in person uninterrupted. Social distancing, wearing our face coverings correctly and vigilantly at school and during non-school days will help us get there. This is for all of our staff and for all of our contracted staff to protect our students as we expect for them to do. We continue to lean on the layers of health and safety precautions taken daily inside our schools. At the same time, we must also lean on our community. The more precautions we all take when at home and out and about, the better chance we have to contribute positively, which means decreasing the rate here in Douglas County and maintain in-person learning for not just us, but for every student in the metro. Parent conferences. Over the past few weeks, we've held virtual conferences with our families to support strong engagement and keep families informed about their students' academic progress. This week, we will conclude conferences for the first quarter of our school year, ending the week with our elementary school conferences for families whose schedules may prevent virtual conference attendance. We encourage you to email your child's teacher to check in progress made this quarter. Our school leaders also stand ready to assist with any questions about the process. Please do not hesitate to call your child's school if you have questions. We have some congratulations to end these comments. Spring Lake Elementary's principal, Katie Catlett, was elected president of the Nebraska International Languages Association. Congratulations, Mrs. Catlett. Spring Lake Elementary, they are one of 32 schools across Nebraska to be recognized as a school in action by the Nebraska Department of Education. This award recognizes schools that are successfully implementing health and wellness programs to support staff and students. Columbian Elementary for being awarded Learning by Design Magazine's Outstanding Project 2020 Award in the New Early Childhood School Elementary category. Columbian Elementary was recognized for setting a great example of the hard work and investments made by educational communities across the country. And last, in addition to kudos, last week was National School Lunch Week. A special thank you last week and every week for our nutrition services team for all the work that you do to serve our students and families every week. Mr. Snow, this concludes my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Logan. Moving on to board members. Ms. Cracky.
Today in the Omaha World Herald, Stu Pospichel had a snippet about our two new high schools, and he talked about sports, football, and other sports taking place, and he indicated that due to their planning, they wouldn't be able to put them in their conference planning to play football, if I got that correctly. And in asking people here, right before the meeting, they said that they would be having football at that school. So maybe we need to get that word out correctly so the students who might be going there would want to go there and not have a problem because they couldn't play football. So it's an FYI, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cracky. Any other comments? All righty. We do have the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda that is here before us.
Move approval.
There's a motion by Ms. Cracky. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Smith and Ms. Ryan. Any abstentions? Roll call, please.
Snipe,
Aye.
Snow,
Aye.
Goding,
Aye.
Holman,
Aye.
Cracky,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
7-0.
Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to action item J1A, the approval of UNO Baxter Arena Agreement. Mrs. Gotti.
So I asked for this to be pulled off, and sorry I didn't get to everybody earlier, but a couple of things struck me on this. On the term sheet, the parking lots are not X'd, even though they are included. It just seems like a little technicality that seems like that box should be checked. And the other item that I was looking at, where it says rental does not include audio video needs, including use of the video board, the ribbon board, and the athletic show lights, made me think that, every school should get that. And so Dr. Sturba and I were talking ahead of time, and it appears as though that's an off-formula item that each school has to pay for. And it seems to me that every school should have the video board and the ribbon and all of that great stuff at their graduations. And so to me, it seems like, not that it's unfair, but if somebody doesn't budget for it at the school and one school doesn't have it, it doesn't seem fair to those kids. So it just seems like something that maybe could be put into the cost of the contract, so that whether there was an escalator for each year or something like that, so that we kind of have a defined amount, and so that we know every student in every high school in OPS ends up with that particular usage. Because I remember one year, one school didn't use it, and so I just want to make sure every kid gets that opportunity.
Do you have the cost, or do you know the cost of it?
So I don't know the cost, but Dr. Sturba was trying to find out.
I was trying to find out. So what I did find out was that there is, when it's off formula, I conferred with Mr. Roberts in finance and did find out that we do provide up to $8,123. Now that the price has gone up, we will be providing $9,000 for a line item for graduation, as well as an additional $850 for either rental or AV, those kinds of things, and then an additional $210 to $280 for security. So all of that is included in every high school's budget.
Okay, perfect. That's for, we weren't quite sure. And so that's what I wanted to make sure, that every single school has that opportunity to have that, and that we cover that. We have extra money sometimes left over in the general budget. It just seems like something we should allocate out to every school. So that's good to know. Do you know and I know the parking lots are covered, complimentary parking. Is it just not checked on that term sheet page?
And it wasn't checked because we did go with, and we used to do one graduation a day. Now we've gone to 2 graduations on 3 of those days. So they'll rotate through the parking. So the first one will have a certain numbers of parking. The second one will have others, just to help with the flow of traffic.
Okay. No, that's good to know. Okay.
Yep, so it is complimentary parking. We will have to provide security and parking attendants, which we've done in the past.
Yep. Okay, so very good. So thank you for finding out that we are covering every single high school in the off formula, because to me that's really important, that every kid, no matter what school they go to, has that opportunity.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to look at that, but I'm assuming we did have a clause in there for like COVID. We couldn't have graduation in person.
So if we tell them 30 days ahead of time, then we don't have to pay, but if it's after the 30 days, then we would have to pay.
The full price?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
So I would make a motion to approve item
J1A.
J1.
Okay. There's a motion by Mrs. Godin to approve the item that is here before us, J1A. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Smith. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Snow,
Aye.
Goding,
Aye.
Holman,
Aye.
Cracky,
Aye.
Ryan,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Snipe.
Aye.
7-0.
Motion carries. For receipt of reports, we do have the Citizen Bond Oversight Committee and Bond Program Update for your review. I encourage you to look at that, how we're on time and on budget with a lot of our projects, as next year we start the process of opening 5 new schools under Dr. Logan. Dr. Holman.
I move that the Board of Education go into closed session for the protection of the public interest and for the prevention of needless injury to the reputation of individuals to discuss with the superintendent, secretary to the board, legal counsel, Scott Roberts, and Mark McQueen, real estate, pending litigation, negotiations, and legal advice.
There's a motion to go into closed session by Dr. Holman. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Smith. It is 6:55. I think this is actually the fastest meeting we've ever had. All right. Mr. Ray, roll call, please.
Gadding.
Aye.
Holman.
Aye.
Cracky.
Aye.
Ryan.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Snipe. Snow.
Aye.
7-0.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone that came out tonight for tonight's board meeting. We will have closed session in this room, so if you are not on the list, we politely ask that you exit the room, and if you're running for school board, get outside. There's still some daylight.
And start.
Knock until someone tells you it's too dark to knock. Let the record reflect the board came out of closed session at 7:48. The meeting's adjourned. Thank you.